This is Greg Canty here, and welcome to the Win Happy podcast. Stay tuned for interesting chats with interesting people about winning their lives and being happy at the same time. This show has been brought to you by Fusion Communications. Thanks for listening. On today's podcast, I continue my conversation with Saiphin Moore, the founder of the successful chain of Thai restaurants in the UK, Rosa's Cafe. Saiphin chats about opening the very first outlet in Spitalfields in 2008, her celebrity guests, and how she grew this business into a chain of 40 outlets across the UK. She chats about the magic formula behind the success, as well as her other ventures such as Lao Cafe and her cookery books. Saiphin says that she loves to cook, and her very best day is when she cooks for friends. Let's hear from the very lovely Saiphin Moore.
Yeah, and then I said, that's it. This is what I'm going to do. Then I went to the Sunday market in Big Lane. Then I saw so many shops, little food store. I asked them, how can I have the store in here? And they said, you've got to go into the office there. So I went to the office in Sunday market in Big Lane, Truman. And I asked her, do you think I can have a store here? And then she said, what can you sell? And I said, I'm going to make some Thai food. And she said, okay, I'll tell you what. Can you bring the sample for me? I want to taste your food before I put you in. So I bring them fresh spring roll. I make a fresh spring roll myself, and then I give it to them the next Sunday. And they're tasting it, and they said, oh, my goodness, this is so good. And she said, when you're ready to come, I said, can I come next week? So my first store is in Sunday market in Big Lane. So start cooking from my home. My little apartment, I turned my living room into my kitchen. Like I cook like 11 dishes in my living room. And no one, if I got a friend come and stay with me, all my friends doing the job, cutting the vegetable for me. I got 2 jobs. Thursday in office, my friend's canteen office, and then in the Sunday market.
Were you enjoying London, the experience of being in this new city and everything? Did you like London?
I love the place. I just enjoy every corner of London.
Yeah.
And I live Wapping in East End for 19 years.
Yeah. There's a lot of energy in London, isn't there?
Yeah. There's a lot of opportunity if you drive yourself, because these days, I'm always trying myself to be busy.
Can I ask you about cultural differences and attitude towards work and all that kind of thing? And how coming from Thailand to London and even Hong Kong, the cultural differences between the different places, the things you notice most and the things that really worked well for you?
Hong Kong is a very busy city. I enjoy to be in Hong Kong while I'm young, because Hong Kong is a good place for a young entrepreneur and enjoy life. And it's mixed between a really super modern city, and you can go to the really old style of Hong Kong Chinese, like Kowloon City. Kowloon's, the culture is so different. Even Hong Kong is a colony of British. It's still something so special there, And the business-wise, also a big opportunity to start up the business there too. But most of the people there, I think not so many people set up their own business in Hong Kong, because Hong Kong is the place that, generate all the a job, like a banker and all of those. I never seen so many people work for the bank as in Hong Kong. I mean, everyone I met, I work for this bank, I work for that bank, And so back to London. I think London also a different culture to me. It's more open. People here is open mind. I don't know why, but it's just really, it's a free style of life. Put it that way. While I go back to Thailand, it's so narrow-minded. Everything's in Thailand. If you want to do something, you have to be careful about these people not agree with you, that people's not agree with you, and you can't say this, you can't say that, I think three different countries is a three different culture.
And I think part of the magic of London is that, it has a history of welcoming people from many different countries.
Yeah.
So you have to be accepting, don't you? It's just part and parcel of it. And
yeah. Like Rosa's, we have 170 nationality working for us. 170 nationality.
Wow.
Because last month we have a retreat and then we work it out, because when I went into our restaurant, everyone come from a different country. So multiple country in our company, actually. Yeah.
So Rosa's in Spitalfields, your baby. When was your baby born?
2008.
Yeah. Tell me the story.
So I sold my food in the market store, in the Sunday market for about 2 years. And then in Henry Street, they got the little shop. It's called Rosa. Rosa's Cafe. They got the number, opportunity to become the owner of, your own business. And the number, saw it, and then so give them a call. And I called them up and asked them, I want to look at the site, and I don't even have money to open that shop, but I'm trying if, there is something that I can do. So we call the landlord, and it's about 10 people trying to get that site. And most of them is experienced and they have their own business and everything. And I have no experience whatsoever in London. I only have a little store in Sunday market. The landlord asked me, what food are you going to sell? I said, I got the shop, I got the little store in that Sunday market. That's it. And I sell Thai food. And then he said to me, can you bring us some food? So there you go. Again, I make a fresh spring roll to give to him to eat, to try. And he tried it. And he said, wow, this is so good. So from 10 to 7, 7 to 5, and then 5 to 3, and then so two company, and then myself. So the landlord told me, okay, I tell you what, I think you are the one that I want you to come and open your restaurant in my property. And I said, oh my goodness, what I'm going to do? Where is this money going to come from? So I actually sold my land in Thailand, and then also use very little money from my market store to set up this business.
Do you remember the first day when you opened the doors?
Yeah, I remember really well. Queue outside, really busy from day one.
Are you excited?
I am so excited. Really changed my life. The food that I'm just in the kitchen all day and every single night for 7 days.
And used to meet the customers and chat to them and get feedback, or were you always in the background?
I will cook and then I will come out, talk to all my customers, make sure that my customer happy. Yeah. And I'm talk to everyone in my restaurant.
What were your opening hours?
12 until 10:30 at night.
Okay. 7 days a week.
7 days a week.
Yeah. You had some famous customers, I believe.
Yes. Sherry Niley, she's my regular customer. Yeah. And I have so many celebrity. But, we're not allowed to take the picture. We're not allowed to. So all we can just look at them. The Coldplay guys, he's also come to us quite a lot in that time. Yeah.
Well, they like good food.
Yeah.
Yeah. And tell me, Saiphin, I told you this when we met. I had some fast food restaurants with another guy, and I didn't really like the food side of things. That didn't come naturally to me. But I had music stores, and you open your first and it's exciting, and then there's dreams of a second and a third. So when did your second Rosa's open?
A year after that.
A year after it?
Yeah. The reason was, running the restaurant, one restaurant, it doesn't make any profit. It's only generates your daily basics income for your own living costs. I probably give myself £100 per day, but I cannot make profit out from one side.
So it has to be more than one to start making money.
More than one. Open first restaurant is really tough. Second one is easier because you already have pattern. You already know what you need to do. So we open second site. That is where our income come from. Yeah. And then number 3 is easy because we already set up the system.
Yeah. It's a different skill running a restaurant to running a number of restaurants. Being good in the kitchen and all that kind of stuff and keeping your customers happy. That's fine with one. But when it's more than one, the skill set that's required from you is totally different. Suddenly you need to become a HR person and a manager and a trainer. Was it easy for you to go from being the enthusiastic person in one restaurant to being this person who could supervise teams and, recruit managers? Because suddenly the quality and everything else, you can't be in every place at the same time. You went from being 7 days a week in one place to suddenly you have lots of them.
Yeah. Okay. When I start the first one, how can I maintain my quality of the food? For the first one, people who work for me in the kitchen, they are like truly real foodie chef who love cooking. And they are really loyal to me. I got about 5 chefs in there. And I love them like my family. And they cook the way I ask them to cook. And then when we opened the second site, I took the number 2 chef who are a really, really good cook, same as me. So 5 of us is perfect chef. And then when I set up the second site, I'm always build up the business that, use people who are work for you, and then you promoted them from there. So my second chef become a head chef for my second site. Then we build a team there, and those team do the same thing. So I got 5 chefs in Rosa Spitalfields. So I took one to become a head chef in my second site. And then they will, we will build another team who are very chef, like a good chef. And then we hire. So that 4 chefs become, number 3 become number 2. Yeah. So that is the way I build it. And when we open number 3 site, I do the same. So I bring the chef from Spitalfields who are, like number 2, going to become, another head chef of my Rosa is number 3. So, and then we build another team for them. So it's the way that I think for me, I'm always promoted people who work inside the company.
And the bigger it gets, the further you get from each place, and you've less time to spend with them. So your model and your management skills now are nearly as important as your cooking skills, aren't they?
Yes. I think it's very important.
Yeah. Were each of those new restaurants a success? Or were there some that, oh my God, that one just didn't work out?
Touch wood. Most of our restaurant is doing really well.
What's the magic with a new location? What do you look for?
We always going into like a very good food for. At the moment we have a property director who are really good experience, who are so experienced on the property, and he will know, where is the best location for us. We only go to a really good location.
So just being very careful about locations.
Yeah, location is the best things. It's really important to our company. And when we start Roses, we're always going with the troop map. The central line. We look at the troop map that people travel. So as you can see, Roses is always going on the troop map.
Yeah. And then suddenly you jump outside of the tube map and you start moving to other cities. What was your first non-London outlet?
Our first one, we went to Liverpool.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And that's a difficult skill again because it's further away. You can't go there in half an hour on the tube.
No. So in that time, we already have our team, which the team that will go and look after the site and set up the site and recruiting team, And that time we already set up our system. Yeah, we have a training team and the chef openings, all of this. So it's for us now, it's easy to control. And our food also, we have our own central kitchens and, we keep our quality of our food very well.
Your skill set, Saiphin, as well as your passion for food, what's the magic that you bring to the success of the business?
The magic things, I believe, I'm always thinking that I'm a good cook, and I believe that one thing I good at cooking, so I just doing only one thing. I'm not trying to do so many things. I try not to do so many things. So I only concentrate with what I good at.
Yeah, and for a business like that, I'm sure you need to trust the purchasing person, you need to trust the financial people, you need to trust your property person.
Yeah.
So you must be very, very good at identifying good people for those other jobs that you wouldn't be natural at.
I always can tell. First, I met the person. What is that person's going to be like? I think I am very good eye on people I met. And so sometimes I look at it. This guy, I can't trust. And then sometimes I look at it. Oh, yeah, I can trust this person. And right now, Rosa's, our management team are so good. I have to say, I'm so proud to be, sit down and then work with them because they are really amazing people.
Yeah, so you're now up to nearly 40 outlets across England
40.
And Wales and Scotland. That's amazing.
Yeah.
And at some point then, I think you decided to sell on the business, or was that a part sale or was it 100% sale?
sell my majority.
Well, the majority of it, okay.
I'm still a shareholder in my company.
Yeah. Was that a difficult decision to bring someone else in like that?
It's very difficult for me from the beginning. But to grow the company, I cannot grow on my own. I cannot, set it up 40 sites like this on your own. You need someone who are more experienced in the field. Yeah. And now I sit relaxed, but I still get involved very much so in the company.
Yeah. A typical story when someone sells part of their business is that very, very quickly there's arguments and the business falls apart, and the person who, was the founder and the driver, suddenly they can't take the interference of investors and they leave quickly. And when I met you, and I'm bringing us back to that, sitting down with you, and I could see your enthusiasm, your passion. You wanted us to taste everything on the menu. It felt like we were in Spitalfields. And it was the day after you'd opened the restaurant for the first time. Your enthusiasm was no different. So I think your choice of investor or partner, or whatever language we want to use, it must have been very good. And that relationship you've built together, from the outside anyway, it seems like a very strong thing. What was the secret of that success? Is that about setting clear boundaries, or how did that work?
For me, I still get a very strong relationship with the team. So I think the success that what I have now, I'm still part of process.
Yeah.
Forever.
I know you are. Yeah.
And I'm always keep an eye on everything. And I can talk to the guys. And I get on well with my investor. I get on very well with them. To be honest, you just have to go along with the team, work as a team. I think that is, why I think I can be, why I'm still here, because we work as a team. We got a very, very good teamwork.
Yeah, and business is business, whether it's you or someone else, business is business, and that's cool. Can you tell me about Lao Cafe?
Oh, Lao Cafe.
Yeah.
Lao Cafe set it up because my parents, my great-grand, we are from Laos. I set up a Lao Cafe because I love my own cuisine. And I thought that it's just only a pop-up in Victoria. So I went there and get the site. While we're waiting for the gas, it take us about 3 months to approve. So I said, we can't just leave the shop empty. So I said, okay, I tell you what, I'm going to set up a pop-up, allow food, allow cuisine. And then everyone just said, no, you can't. I said, yes, I can. So I went in, and then I turned that restaurant with no gas. It's only charcoal. It's a Turkish food that they use a charcoal cooking and a tiny electricity, what they call, pot. Yeah. So I set that up very quickly in about a week and sell only Lao food, not Thai food either. And I want to see if the people like it or not. My goodness, from day one, we open, queue outside. And and now Lao Cafe is only one site then I got the permanent site in Covent Garden. Yeah. And then, Lao Cafe is only one site now. And then, no, only one site. And it's really busy. The food, fantastic.
Is it enjoyable for you to just do something that's a little bit different?
Yeah. It's made me so excited about that site.
Yeah. Next time we must go there.
Yeah, I will take you there.
Yeah.
They are so good.
Yeah. Tell me about the books. So I know you've authored 2 different cookery books.
Yes. So I signed up with Octopus. I wrote those books with my second son. And I'll tell him, basically, I told him I'm sitting down with him for a month. Every day we will sit about 2 hours, 3 hours. And I will tell him, and then he just typed it. And I just tell him, where is this dishes come from? Why is that happen? I always have the experience on each dish that I cook. Just like example, minced chicken salad or pork salad. I would tell him that my uncle told me this, and my uncle would tell me to doing this and to doing that, add this and add that. And yeah, so I'm doing about 100 dishes for the first cookbook. And it's the best seller in Amazon for some time. And then now over 70,000 cookbooks sold.
Wow, fantastic. And
so global, yeah.
Yeah, and the second book then was vegetarian, wasn't it?
It's the vegetarians, yes. Yeah.
And for anyone who wants to do a search, are they in your name, Saiphin Moore?
Yeah, just there.
Okay, so I can put a link in the notes to the podcast and everything else, so that would be really cool. Am I right in understanding that in 2020 you took over a business that I think was going into examinership? Was it a Peruvian restaurant? Was that a chain of restaurants?
Yeah, and that time, because we love Peruvian so much, so from the customer, and then, so it's just our brews. So it's not our plan. It's not really our plan to doing it. But, because Peruvian food is, I told you something, I have no idea about that cuisine before until I went as a customer. And they are fantastic food. So it's one in 5th Street, and then another one is in Spitalfields.
Yeah, so that's called Andina and Caviche, is it?
Yes.
Am I pronouncing it right or wrong?
Yeah, it's Ceviche and Andina.
Oh, Ceviche and Andina. Are you still involved in those, are you?
Yeah, I am very much, yes.
You are one busy woman, Saiphin.
Yeah, I have to be busy.
Yeah. You mentioned your son. Have they an interest in food? Have they an interest in the business?
Yes, he is. So he worked with me since he's 16 years old. And now he has his own restaurant.
Ah, is that in London?
Yeah, in London, in Buckley. Yeah.
Do you go there?
Once. Yeah, only one.
Yeah.
Yeah, he wants to do something, so I don't very mind.
So tell me, what comes next for the busy Saiphin? What are your plans?
Up the noodle shop. Again, this is remind me of when I was really young. So I have the noodle shop, and now I'm always wanted to have a noodles concept. So I set up a noodle concept. Yeah, but it's nothing like Rosa's though. Rosa's is my love of the food. Rosa's is my everything. So the noodles concept is totally different. Yeah, I set that up because to remind me who I am.
What's that called?
It's called Slurp. Slurp Noodles. It's in London. It's in Woking.
How do you spell that?
Slurp.
Yeah.
You know slurp?
Yes. You slurp something. Ah. Very good. So that's another place we need to go to the next time.
Yes, please. So a site is coming.
So Saiphin, you're on the Win Happy podcast. And the question I ask everyone is about happiness. So for you, what is happiness?
What is the happiness? Happy. To see people come to my restaurant and, smiling, and I think to see people happy with what they expect when they, they come into, what can I say? I don't know. What's my happy? To see people happy, I think.
So it's about other people.
Yeah. For me, what is happy for me is to see people happy.
Yeah. What's your favorite day, Saiphin? On your best day, what do you do? What's your favorite thing to do on a day?
To cook for my friends.
Wow. Okay. And again, I want that invitation.
I make sure that every week I'm doing the cooking at home and then ask my friend to come to my house and eat my food. That is my happy day for me. I just do not like to sit down and do, just lie down and do nothing. Every single day, I just need to do something.
So, Saiphin, are you still that 14-year-old girl cooking food for her friends?
I am.
It looks like it. The other question I ask people, you love cooking food, but that makes you happy. You might love playing football, and you could play football all day, but if there were no goalposts, it would get very boring.
Yeah.
So when there's goalposts and you score a goal, it's winning. You get, yes, it's... So for you, what does winning look like?
For me, I think my goal is, oh my gosh, my dream and my goal is I wanted to, if I sell my company for the second time, that is I already done with my goal.
Okay.
Yeah. That's it. Because when I saw my first time of my business, that's still not my goal yet because I still a shareholder of the company. But for the second time, if you sell, that's it for me. That is my goal.
Okay.
Finished.
Okay.
Yeah. Is that give you an answer?
Well, that's your answer. Yeah. One last big question for you. What was your best day ever?
My best day ever when I think my best day ever is the day that I set up Rosa's Spitalfields.
That was a special day.
Yeah, that is very special day for me.
Yeah. What date was it?
In April. I remember in April. I think 22nd April.
Was it a nice day? Was the weather good?
It's very, very good.
Can you remember the very first customers coming through the door?
I can remember that first customer walked in as a man. I remember him very well. Yeah. So my first day ever is the day that I set up Rosa's Spitalfields.
Yeah, cool. Saiphin, thank you so much for coming on the podcast.
And thank you so much for having me.
Yeah, you're so welcome. See you soon.
Thank you.
Cheers. Thank you for listening to the Win Happy podcast, which has been brought to you by Fusion Communications. If you'd like to get in touch, feel free to send me an email at greg@fusion.ie. So until next time, take it easy.